So, yeah, it has been a while doing the rubberducking. So, actually, we will see if I continue with the rubberducks or not. But yeah, let's have a look at what I want to do today. So, one of the main things currently I'm having a problem with the preset fader here is everything is happening here. Like all of everything is here. And this makes things sometimes a little bit complicated to work with. So one thing I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to get out the fade stepping and the creating of fades and stuff like this. And I'm just going to put it into a new just going to put it somewhere in a separate component, because basically what's happening here is I am creating a tween, I think is the right word for that. It's all about tweening. And yeah, so it is something I want to use in another project of mine anyway. So yeah, I'm going to move all of this into a separate component. So let's maybe write this down here. Or maybe I should build like a component for to-do lists. Okay, so what I want to do is move tweening into, oh no, not, oh, shit. Yeah, I actually ordered a new keyboard, and yeah, it's not arriving because they have some, like, I don't know, they don't have it in stock right now. And then they wrote, oh yeah, it will take even longer. Really great. And actually I think I want to have the import export DIE also into its own component. And what's definitely going to happen too, but this is more something internal, is I'm going to use properties pretty heavy. Properties are a really nice way of yeah, working nicer in a way. So because a lot of the times I'm using, for example, for the storage, you can set here, just saying. So you can define different storage component. For example, I'm calling this one quite often. So instead of, because I think it's happening, for example, in the dashboard, right here. Here I'm calling the preset parent power dashboard evaluate power storage dot evaluate. So instead I could just write like parent dot target, stuff like this. So yeah, let's jump in. So for the beginning, we're going to create a base component here, and we're going to call it just a tweener for now. Is it the right word? I actually have to check, because I'm pretty sure it is, but parameter tweener. Yeah. C++ tweeners. It's such a weird word. Why is it tween? Where does it come from? I want to know. Programming. Just see. Ah, okay. In between. Okay. Yeah, because that's basically what's happening, and I think it will be nice to have the whole have all of this in a separate component you could also call directly, without the need of having all these other stuff around here. So let's create an extension. So let's call this one ext tweener. And so one of the first things we need is definitely all of this junk here. So let's move it in here. And let's open this one up. Okay, so I'm pretty sure we don't need this. Yeah, who needs description? We don't need properties or anything like this. So, but we will definitely need the, can we have like, I think we can just work inside. View, appearance, yeah, you split up. I would like to have it left and right. Okay. Split left. Perfect. Okay. So here we can go into the tweener. And so what we definitely need is we need the whole fade step here. So for now, we're just going to copy this over here. Then we definitely will need the whole fade ID, I think. Do we need the create fade, create end snap? I don't really know if we need all of this. Let me just check. So stop fade, stop all fades. Okay, so we definitely need the need this property right here. We need our fades. Actions, fade, end snap, start snap, empty row. Okay, I'm just gonna organize a little bit here, because so we need definitely the fades, the types, the actions. We don't need the lister, because the lister is anyway going to be a property as for now. We don't need the empty row, because the empty row is oh, I don't know if I'm just, I think it all has an order. Yeah, we're just going to be like, okay, we need this one, the actions definitely, we need stack task, so we need this one also. Definitely need this one. We need this one. We need the curves. I think this is somewhere where it can get can get problems. Okay, finished presets. Okay. Ah, this is more intertwined than it should be, definitely. Finished preset. What is finished presets? Okay. Okay, so I'm giving it actually preset ID on create fade. I see. Let's. Okay, so probably I'm just going to create a callback for the tweener, which I'm going to implement. Yeah, for FP and self finished preset. Huh. Okay, that kind of sucks in a way. It's definitely something I will have to rethink in a way. Okay, tag preset. Oh, I don't care so much about this. Okay, I think we can remove this here. Self get fade ID parameter. Okay, so basically I'm just giving the fade an ID, and this could be anything. So it's not too bad. This is definitely something we can work with. Create and snap. Okay, so we need, I suppose, all three of them. So let's yeah, no. Let's move this over here, all of this stuff. Okay, stop fade, stop all fades, also definitely something we want. Okay, remove par from get stack, stack, stack. That's all stack and preset stuff we don't need. Do we need the create ID? I think so. No, it's the get fade ID. Alright, this is something we copied. Okay, change preload, rename, check override. Clear fades. I think this is also something to just wondering, can we do some marking here. I'd like to give it another color or something. Command palette. Nope. Mark. Nope. Okay, so I have to do it by hand. It's tween. Yeah, let's just put this everywhere. So you are tween, create start snap, tween, end snap, tween, and get fade ID is also tween, and fade step is also definitely some tweening stuff. Okay. Let's have okay, load stack on recall is fine. Recall preset, this is definitely something we will have to look into after all of this is working. Oh yeah, print fades, definitely something useful from time to time. So this one also comes into tween. Yeah, so the whole exporting, importing is also going to be put into yeah, it's definitely something stupid. Stack, and then we're just going to put in ID here. Update lister, add row, and of course the mi sane. Okay, so let's copy all of our tweening stuff here. Let's copy this over for now, and I think they also all are. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff happening right here. Oh yeah, definitely something we will also need here in the tweener is we need an I think it's, where's the execute? Yeah. It's definitely this one, and we want it inside here. And we only want the frame start for now, and we want to set the active here. So yeah, we want the whole callback thing. So let's add a callback manager here. It's here in release 1.3. Let's put this in here, and let's disable this whole jinx here because we don't need it. Okay. Then we go into the basic callback, and we just want to have a look what we're actually calling here. Yeah, so it's basically like on how do you call it? It's like on, yeah, on fade end, basically. On fade end, and we're giving it the ID. Perfect. Now let's init this And now we can create our callbacks here in the tweener, so we can move the whole whole situation over there. Okay. So now basically we have everything. So I think okay, we have the types, which is nice. Okay, perfect. So now we are calling the on fade end, which is totally nice. Just gonna be back in a second. Ja, aber warum hast du denn jetzt neue Blumenerde gekauft? Ich hatte schon länger mal Blumenerde aus dem Baumarkt. Ja. Weil ich jetzt die Kartoffeln umtopfen wollte, was ich jetzt auch gemacht. Und die ist irgendwie, also auch entweder ist da viel Sand drin oder Schimmel oder Trocken. Also irgendwie eins von beiden. Ich glaube, ich lasse jetzt erstmal auslüften, pack den dann nochmal in den Backofen und. Okay. Okay, so now we have to adjust some of the stuff. So, for example, we want to be able to access our tweener component in our preset fader. So we say self dot tweener equals self dot ownercomp dot op. We just call it tweener. So now we can say, I think because we are using the types actually somewhere. Let me just see where we are using them. Oh, we're just using them here. Which is kind of interesting. Okay, where else are we using them? Because I'm pretty sure we are using them somewhere else. Maybe in the callbacks. Suppose somewhere in the callbacks. Edit callbacks. Okay, let's have a look inside. Doop, 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 doop. Yeah, that's where we're using them. So, I have the feeling this is something I should put also inside of the component, but that's okay, because now we can just say self.tweener, and now we're just showing also accessing the types here. Actions. Are we using actions somewhere? To situation. So okay, we're doing it here. in recall preset. Okay, that's totally fine. So again, we're just going to say, just going to change this one to actions with a capital letter. So now we can just say self.tweener.actions. Oops. Just like this. Okay, fadeable. Are we using them somewhere? Let's see. Think. Oh, okay. So the get fade seems like is also something we need in our tweening, because we're using it twice. Hey, I see. I see. Okay. We'll actually have to see if we need. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure we're using them somewhere. Okay, so there we're using the types. Oh no, I was actually looking for fadeable. Because I think this isn't something we're actually using in directly in our. No. This is just a question. If this should be done here. No, I think we in fact also the types. I think we don't need the types here. Okay, we're not calling the, and that's totally okay, because this is all stuff. So let's move this. No, I think it's good to have all of this, but the fadeable should definitely be in here. Okay, last milliseconds. Pretty sure we can delete the last milliseconds. Can delete this. Oh yeah, the curves, definitely. The curves are something rooted deeply in the actual tweener. So yeah, maybe let's delete everything we don't need. So fadeable, we don't need here. We don't need the curves. Do we need finished presets? Yeah, we need it here. I mean, it's not really. So let's get rid of this. Put it here, and let's rename this one to finished fades. Okay. Yeah, we need the storage. This one is fine. Prefix. All right, that's all fine and dandy. So let's remove all of this. Just get rid of it. Okay, clear stack. Let's get rid of... Yeah, let me just check if we're actually using this somewhere. Nope, not anymore. Okay, let's get rid of this. And yeah, this is all just a recalling. Oh. Oh, I see. Yeah, this is definitely not something we need. Oh, I think I actually did something really clever here. Because now I just have to put in self.tweener here. Because we're never actually calling something. So I think this is all of the actions we interact with the tweener. Okay, let me just see how this is recalling the preset is now actually working. Load preset to stack. And yeah, it's all happening just here in recall preset. Okay, here we definitely have to put in self.tweener. Create start snap, which basically is just setting the value. Okay, on preset start, loads the okay, okay. I'm a bit afraid that this was too easy, in a way. Okay, let's save this and let's save this. Do we have... Yes, we have errors. Oh yeah, because here we don't need this one because it no longer exists. Let's see. What is your problem? Unexpected indent in line 49. If this is everything... Oh yeah. Oh, okay. What's happening here? Do we have finished fate somewhere else? Okay, what else do we have? Script errors inside network, execute. External callbacks, what? Oh, yeah, because this one needs to be called tweener. And then we can just say parent tweener. It sounds so weird. Okay. It's kind of a weird issue we're having here. Because he's saying, oh yeah, in the callbacks there is no... Of course there isn't. Oh, clear script, dummy. Okay, let's do this again. Yeah, still an error. Okay, let's see. And it's totally okay that you don't, because I have the feeling this means there is a problem with this extension here. So let's just re-init our extensions. Okay, so why do you think that this one would need a fade step? I mean, it's pretty clear that it doesn't. Yes. I am well aware of this issue, but it's not an issue. You're doing bullshit. Okay, what's the error now? ext callbacks, what the heck? Yeah, this is definitely something fishy going on here. Let's just turn this one off for a second, because I want to know what. Oh yeah, because on frame start. Okay, now we shouldn't have an error. Okay, we don't have an error. That's kinda nice. So let's see, what else do we have here? Does it work now? Oh no, we have an error here. ext parfader has no attribute owner comp. Line 9 and init. Oh yeah, because this one, of course, needs to be moved on here. We get still an error. Non-type has no attribute types. Okay. So this seems to be oh yeah, because I've there's no attribute actions. Why don't you have? Oh yeah, because I moved them back. Because this is none of my concern inside here. Because the tweener is just going to fade between values. That's all it's doing. Nothing more. Oh yeah. I think it will be nice to have access to this. Curves. Okay, let's save this. Cause I think in here in the curve, yeah, because I have to give it just like this. Okay, works like a charm. Then we just have to adjust that for other components. All right, let's see if it's still working, because this would be freaking awesome. Okay, let's clear our stack here. Let's put this one. Damn it. Oh, so the get type, let me just see, get type. Oh, I had the feeling dang it. I had the feeling I moved it over. I really had the feeling I moved it over. Dang. Okay. No, this is not good. So, get type. What was get type actually giving me? Just wondering. I don't think I in fact need this. Yeah, but I was okay. Yeah, I think it was something really simple. Now, where am I using that? Because this isn't tweener. This also isn't part of the tweening. Yeah, I think it was really simple. Get type, self, and the parameter. And if part dot style, was it style? Just check. I think style, it must be style. Yeah, okay, it's style. If part dot style in self dot fadeable return, and I think it was fade, else return, it was a start snap. So let's save this. So now let's try this again. Okay, simple enough. Let's store preset, test preset, and let's store it. Let's set the values to some other value. Test preset 2. Okay, let's in line 224. Okay, let's have a look. 224 self dot. Yeah, because I called you actions with a big A. Why are you doing this? Self dot actions. I'm just going to say Still not sure why though. Let's try it again. Perfect. Okay, but test preset, I want test preset 2. Okay, so this seems to work just fine. So now we have removed some of the functions from the stuff here. So import, export also takes up a lot of space, which isn't really necessary. And I think because we're just accessing the storage here, let's just see for import preset. Yeah. Just wondering. Oh yeah, here we're using the preset dig that I made, which is also somewhere outside. Shouldn't be too hard. But actually I want to go more into the tweener, because the tweener is can be very useful. So we have this whole create fade, create end snap, create start snap, and what I actually now want to do is also put in 2 functions to so let's maybe close this one here, is to absolute tween self, and with the absolute tween I want to set basically just create a fade. That's basically the same. So it's just going to be a recall maybe. So instead, but we're just going to take a parameter, going to take an end value, we're going to take the time value, and maybe we're going to take the curve, which should be an S curve. So we're just going to say ourselves dot create fade, and we're going to say par and time. Type will, okay, we don't need to. The curve will be curve. And I think that's basically it, at least for the tweening. Yeah, so the more interesting part is I want to be able to create a relative tween. So we have the par, we have the end value, and instead we're going to give it a speed value. Now we're going to set the curve again to S. what this means, because the absolute tween will go to the wanted value in a fixed time always, and it doesn't matter if you maybe just started an animation and then realize that you want to stop the animation. So what we can do now is we can create a relative, so it takes also the distance into consideration. With the speed parameter, we are basically just saying the speed is the traveled amount per second. So speed is the traveled amount. Okay, so I think we at first need to get the difference in values. So we have to ask for the difference. So difference equals int minus par dot evaluate. Then we take the speed, so time equals speed multiplied by difference, and then we're just going to self dot absolute tween, and we're just par and time curve equals curve, just like this. So and we have an error. Oh yeah, because here we are missing. So now, oh no, what's going on here? Let's pause this. Oh, and we are missing a okay, now it's working again. Okay, so just to give you an example, we're just going to create a container here. And in this zone down, we're just going to, now let's try it again. We're going to create a circle, and we're going to create a container. And of course we're saying just like this, and fill best. Okay. Now we're going to use a panel execute here. Yep. Okay, we actually want to look for the inside. Yeah, like this. Okay. And now we're just going to say, okay, let's maybe set the radius to 0.2. Okay, so when we are inside, we want the button to zoom in. So now we just say OP tweener. Touch my tweener. Absolute tween. X. What else do we have here? We want to set it to 0.4. And we want to set it in a time of, I don't know, 0.5 milliseconds. We'll just copy this here for SY. And down again, we're saying on to off. We're setting this one to an N value 2.2. Okay. It's not working. No SX. Radius, of course. Okay, so the problem is, as you can see, maybe I'm just going to increase the timing here a little bit. Maybe to 2 seconds, so you get a better feeling for what I mean. So now when I move out of the component before the value is actually set, it will now anyway take 2 seconds to get to this value, which is absolutely not what we want. So yeah, this is what the relative one is for. So we can say change all. Let me just say set this one to a relative tween. Oh, yeah, of course, because we have to think that the difference should always be the absolute. Like this is... Okay, so now you can see it will always, even if I go out before, it will always jump back. But in fact, this isn't perfect because of the S-curve. So let's change the time again to 0.5. Oops. Yes. No, that's not what you are. It's that simple. So yeah, in this way you can create quite nice UI animations. I think this is just something I wanted to get out of the way. And now you might be asking why, so just to give you an example, why this one should, or why I'm using it this way, or want to use it this way. So you see, the problem is when we use a, I think it's here, panel. So let's use the inside here. Okay, so just as an example, let's make this one maybe green. So now I can use a math here and use a math chop and set this one to 0.2 and 0.5. So now I can just like reference them here. So I can make it big just as a comparison, but it's not fading, not zooming in any way, which is okay. But performance wise for now it should be basically in the same. So now let's use a filter, shall we? Which is here. So this works, but you see one problem. It's like a really big problem. It's the running all the time. So for one thing, the filter is okay. It is okay, but it's always running, and this is definitely one of the bigger problems. So what we can do is we can try to set this one to selective, but still the filter is running all the time. And Yeah, also I think the null is this whole selective thing. Let's just compare these two. Yeah, so it's from cook time perspective. This one is a little bit worse, but it's one less. And the moment we now start to create more and more of these containers here, we might start to have a problem. Can just something I will have to look into again is the whole thing with the curves. Let's see. I think I have it somewhere else. Here, for example. Curves. Okay. Just have to find it everywhere. Yeah, the Q's, Q master. Qless progressor doesn't have it, doesn't have it, doesn't have it. Doesn't have it. Yeah, I think the sequencer has it. Nope. Which is kind of weird. Huh, okay. Something to tackle too. Yeah, but definitely the Q engine here. And that's why it's spitting an error here. So let's put in the curves. Perfect. And clear your errors. Okay. Oh yeah, of course. Let's just get rid of U2. And let's get rid of all the presets. I'm talking to myself, I think. Oh yeah, the callbacks. Totally forgot about the callbacks. Just see. So we have to go into the tweener. Oh no, we have to give the tweener create callbacks. We just have to call now the what's your name? Parfader. Parent.parfader.callbacks. And what are your callbacks called? On preset end. I'm just gonna give it the ID. I think this should, in theory, be all we need. Okay, let's save this. Let's create a new preset. Set the values to something new. And go. Yeah, okay. Works just fine this way, which is really nice. Just wondering if there's actually really one person looking or if I'm just talking. Oh, whoa. Okay. Why are there now 5 people looking? So, one of the reasons why I wanted to play with the tweener, it's such a weird word, is because it's now its own component in a good way. Is let's just save it for now. Let's put it into the preset fade here. It's the tweener. Okay, so now we can work out we can increase the working power of it. It's the power fader. Okay, what's your error? So now, yeah, I'm thinking about how to use it in a UI environment and how to animate something nicely. So just for testing purposes, let's create some buttons, or let's set the height to maybe 400 and the width to 200. And let's just create a simple button here. And let's set the because I think this is quite interesting. No. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to create a container which is for our button. Now we're just going to set this one to fill. Let's create a replicator just like this, by number. That's the master operator. We call all of them container. We're just going to say, okay, I want 5 of this. And now we're saying children, top to bottom. So what we're going to do now is going to go inside of the container, and now we're going to create another container, which we're going also just set to fill, and we're going to create a button. And this one we're going to also set to fill, and now we're just going to set the children here to left to right. It's not the best idea, but it's just something. So what we can do now is when we go inside here and we work with the horizontal fill weight and reduce it, we can change the width of our button by just changing this value here. So maybe let's set it to 0.5. Okay, and now we're just going to create a panel execute here, just like here. We're saying on, off to on. We're going to say OP tweener relative tween, and we're going to say just target par equals OP container 1 dot par, and what is it called? Half fill weight. Okay, so target par. I just have to open like a cheat sheet. yeah, we're just going to just take this one. And we want to set it to something like 0.1 in, yeah, maybe 1 second. I really like the look of it when it's 1 second. And let's copy this one to, so now let's set it to 0.5, okay. And as you can see, nothing is happening. Oh yeah, because we have to change this one to inside. Okay, and what we can do now is we just recreate this. And now we can create really nice, smooth menu animation here. And that's what I'm talking about here. So, and basically we can do something else also. It's so just for comparison, because this one isn't running, nothing is running here. And now let's just copy this and let's see how we can do it with panel here. Let's take this, let's get the inside. Let's use a math job here to go from I think it was 0.1 to 0.5. No, it should be 0.5 to 0.1. Then we're going to use a lag chop because it's easier to work with. It's not too heavy on performance. And yeah, let's put in a null in here. And let's just reference this here, just like this. Okay, so now, for example, the container is, I mean, it's working. So let's recreate this one. And now let's just use an info chop here. Get the children's CPU. What? Why is what? Oh, okay. What's happening here? Can we get lump something like? Oh. Why is? I was expecting to get like the children cook time. Which is kind of... This isn't an info chop. That's like a panel chop. Which is really interesting. Because... okay, let's put this one in. Why isn't it? Oh, okay, because I have to activate this now. Okay, this is kind of weird, but okay. So this is one of the main parts. What I'm talking here about is give me the children CPU cook time. We're currently running 0.2 milliseconds for this container here. So now if we do this, so yeah, I think you see where I'm going with this. And we can try to optimize. So we can go inside here and we can set this one to selective. Let's see if this changes anything. Okay, now we're at like 0.03, but this can lead under circumstances to really bad performance. Okay, so let's see what happens if we put in a trail chop here. And then we take and analyze here. And now let's get some performance. Let's put this one in here. It's like OP container one dot panel dot inside. Let's put in the same here, but just for container 2. Okay, so let's fill this up. So I can run quite a lot of them. So yeah, I mean, it's still not great. It's not the best way to create a user interface. But let's have a look here how this one is holding up. So yeah, I would say my tweening is winning. Yeah, so maybe let's find a way for a better comparison, because this isn't really fair in a way. Let's create a and we can just use a parameter here, which is like a size. Okay, and just going to parent part dot width multiplied by parent. So now we can. No, it's not really working. Because here we have to say I think this is making things a lot easier. So and we want to set it to 1 and maybe 0.8. Yeah, I don't believe you. Okay, maybe let's change here the look to native resolution. Okay, looks fine. And basically let's do the same here. So let's get rid of this one, let's get rid of this one, let's take this one, and let's put this one here, and let's say yeah, we will want to set you to 0.8 and 1 and replicate. Seems like in this case this might actually be faster. So yeah, twinning is again a little bit faster. But yeah, this way you can create nice ones. So yeah, one thing I wanted to check out with the tweener is the capability to use that's, and I'm not so sure if this is directly possible. So let me just have a check here. We're going to look for the cell class. So I know that the cell class has the value argument. I'm just wondering if you could let me just check something, because I have the feeling it should be possible. Damn it. Okay, but I can put it like this. I think this is just going to be an RFE from me, because this way then let me just see the fade step. What exactly is the fade step doing? Steps okay. TD remap, start end. par value equals new value. Because this is something we can already do. So basically for all this stuff we just have to check if it's a parameter, which shouldn't be too hard. Just I think was a Python is instance. Blah blah. Okay, let me just check. Okay, OP container par. Let's take a simple one. Y. Okay, debug is instance parameter, and we just want to check if it's a par. Is this how it's done? Let's just see. Oh yeah, container one. Okay. So maybe it's par. Maybe it was a big P, capital P. Oh yeah, it's that simple. I mean, might be that it's going to kinda, yeah, let's just close all of this. That it's kinda going to destroy, but it shouldn't, because it's just going to be called in the end. Okay, let's try this again. And then okay. Okay, let's save this. Let's see some errors. Nope. Still working. Okay. And now when we say create fade, is it worth it? So I'm just going to copy this, and no, it's I think there needs to be a way to make it easier. Cell. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Okay, let's. Okay, wait. Where's your error? Invalid syntax. Oh, yeah, def. Okay, so we have our table, which is here. We're just going to put in like a 0. 0.0. I'm just going to create a text here. We're going to say, okay, OP tweener. What do we call it? Create fade cell. Okay, and the cell is OP table 1 0 0 and okay, the end value is 1 in a time. Okay, let's see. 9.6. Okay. See what we can use instead. Row and column. Okay. Yeah, this isn't working. It was a nice idea. I have to think of something new for this. Bye bye. So because the idea basically is to create a why is it taking so much? I think this is basically one of the reasons why widgets are so damn slow, like really slow. I mean, it's the same here. I don't know where this is coming from. Let's have a look. Maybe that's just But it's still kind of working nice. So I think what would also be nice is let's put an all here, something like this, and let's call this one BG. Is to scale down a little bit, set the pivot to 0, 0. Okay, so what we can do now is no. Okay, let's try something else. So we're not going to do all of this. Actually, we're just going to set this one to parent panel size. And we're just going to take the parent part. What is it called? Nothing. Size. Parent part size. And nothing else. Now, of course, we have to set it to a value between 0.003 and 0. So let's see how it looks like. That's not a lot. Yeah, this also kind of looks nice. What is... Oh, look at that. Okay. This is something different. Why is it so fast all of a sudden? I mean, that's incredible fast here right now. Okay, so let's create a comparison. Now we're just going to take this button. 0.31. Let's get rid of this. Let's put this one in here. Let's put this one in here. And let's set this one to 0 and 0. Okay, so now we have some point where it's... So I'm just gonna move around here a little bit. Just is okay. I mean, it's still not perfect in any way. We still get the spikes, so when we have a lot of them, it's spiky, but let's do some stuff here. You can see we get vastly different times. So 1 to 0 for the tweener. Yeah, I think this looks really nice. So maybe let's even increase the time a little bit. Something like 3 seconds to give it more. Oh, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Why is this happening? And this shouldn't be happening. Oh yeah, because we stupid me, because we're using a relative here, so it should be something like 0.002. Huh. I feel stupid. Parameter and value and speed. I have the feeling I'm making a mistake here. I think it needs to be difference divided by speed. Something like this. Oh yeah, no, it's going very slowly. So let's set this one to 1 here. I'll set this one to 1. Okay, so now it's okay. So now when we decrease the speed, yeah, this looks so nice. I mean, we can even use this in another way, like let's change the maximum amount per line here to, and let's get 9 of them, and let's make this one square. Yeah, this looks so sick. This looks so sick. I freaking love this. Just having some fun with the okay, so let's just do some more stuff with this, where we also can say yeah, let's in fact just create another one. Let's call this one rotation. And now we're starting to get into the point where the tweener is even more powerful. So we can just say, okay, let's take this and let's take the rotation parent rotation, just like this. So now we can oh okay, I have to probably create again, set the pivot to 0.5. Sorry for that. Okay. So, and now we're just going to put in the target power rod. We're just saying, hey, we want this one to go to 360. And we want to do it with a speed of, I don't know, something like 40. This will look. No, so maybe something like 180 per second. No, let's do 360 for the rotation. This looks so stupid, but I love it. I mean, we can do something like a memory or a... No, but yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do it. Yeah, I would love to have a way of it working with cells. Seriously need to find a way to implement it in a satisfying way. I mean, there kinda is like the possibility. So when I have, let me just see, we have a table. And I think, let's see how this works. Okay, so we first change this one to binding, and then we say OP table 1. Okay, and bind job channels, unsupported bind type class string. Do I have to actually, like, I totally forgot how this is working. I'm really not sure how binding is working right now. So okay, but oh, OB. It's a typo. Okay, so just wondering how the performance for this is. Okay. I'm gonna have to look into this even more, because this can be very interesting, especially for a 3D context, for UI context in 3D space. Okay, we'll be back in like 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. Let's create a second example here. And let's move into it. So yeah, it seems like transforming is way better than working with this shit directly. So it's a how is the rectangle one? I think it's basically the same. Oh yeah, we're not viewing it, so oh yeah, the children's CPU time here is horrible. Let's just get rid of this. But why? Is it really this one? Why are you cooking? You shouldn't cook like at all. So maybe what happens if we just lock it? Okay, let's check this all again. What happens if we use a select job here? Just to check. And let's move this one into the master container. Select it here. Oops. Okay, now it isn't cooking. So now we have a better. So let's put in a background and put in a border. This. This works so nice. This works really nicely. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can use the rotation for something else. So let's create a rectangle here. Set this one to parent panel size. Fraction, let's set this one to 1 to 1. And let's set this one over this one. And let's use keep it where it is. Actually, I think we can just use a second select here. And let's put in the rectangle here, give it the same treatment as here. Boop. This, and then we're going to use the one is the fixed layer, yeah, just like this, and here we're going to use the parrot. And then we're saying, okay, this type parrot. Let's put this one in here and set it to 0. And now let's also set the background alpha for this to 0. Let's make this one a gray. And of course it's way too slow. So let's set the speed to 1 and to 1. I'll just turn it around. Set this one to 0, this one to -1. Sweet. And in fact, let's just use another panel execute here and use the select one. And let's get rid of this stuff here and this stuff here. In this case of this stuff and this stuff. Yeah, this works so well. and just look at the timing. That's running so smooth. Okay, so yeah, I think I would just upload this now to the derivative site, because I don't feel like streaming anymore. See ya!